so we were thinking, strategizing after a meeting the week before last, thinking about, okay, well, if, people like Mayor Villaraigosa, Councilmember Jose Huizar, Supervisor Mark Ridley Thomas, Supervisor Gloria Molina, 4 key people on the MTA Board of Directors who should be natural allies of poor people, natural allies of people of color, natural allies of the disabled community, are not doing anything to stop this, and haven't done anything in the 3 months, and nothing but cross us. What could we do? I mean, really, for us, this was the tipping point. We were like, ya basta, right? So we had the idea of doing a hunger fast, and we thought about what to call it. We were like, it's we didn't want to call it the hunger fast against the fare increase, and so we decided to call it the hunger fast for justice, because we understand very clearly that this fare increase doesn't happen in isolation. And it doesn't happen just to bus riders, right? Like, bus riders are people who are undocumented. Bus riders are students. They're ex-felons. They're single mothers on welfare. They are, domestic workers, jornaleros looking for work. And, they're Black, Latino, Asian, and profoundly poor. This within the context of SB 1070, right? Within the context of the recent attack from the LAPD on, organizers and community leaders fighting for housing as a human right. So we knew that this was about justice, right? Not just about, a narrow struggle to stop a fare increase. So we decided, we put it out to our members. On I guess it was, May 15th, and we had a long, extensive conversation with our membership, and our members were all about it, and they were very supportive of it, and then our planning committee, which is the leadership body of the BRU, gave a stamp of approval, hunger fast. So we've been drinking water only for 5 days now, and it's been quite an amazing experience to be here under the stars, to be here with the earth and the trees and all of nature that has been sustaining us. And on Thursday, we march from what we have named Rosa Parks Tent City to the MTA board meeting, where we hope that the people who are key targets will have been moved by the sacrifice and the spiritual offering that many of us are making to them, to have a change of heart and to hopefully find it in their souls to say, okay, we're not going to move forward with this fare increase. But I also just want to pass the mic over to Judy Redmond, who is one of the fasters and a leader of the BRU, just to share a few words about her experience.
I have been living in a tent for the last 5 days. I officially realize what we're all one step away from. When they raise the fares, when they raise the cost of living, when they raise the cost of living, when they raise groceries and everything else, we are all affected. Basically, we are one step away from being homeless. From living in tents just like this. And so I'm fasting in solidarity for those people. And it can be any one of us. I know I'm unemployed. My rent's due. I'm negotiating with my landlord. And I can't negotiate with the grocery store. I can't negotiate on my tap card. So I'm frightened. And I really feel it now that I've been here for 5 days living off of water. The physical complications, the mental anguish, just how uncomfortable it can be. And it's freezing out here. I'm fortunate that I have my gloves and my blankie and a tent. A lot of people don't. We see people here every day who are living, this is where they come to take naps during the day because they're usually up all night, because it's sort of scary living in parks at night, and you get kicked out. So the whole reversal of day to night, and how you are less and less prepared to go out in the world and get a job every day that you're homeless. And that's why I'm here, to fast and support them, and hopefully the MTA will notice that there are people speaking for these people.
then lastly, I want to say thank you for bringing your música, cultura, and spirit to Rosa Parks, Tent City. I think what has been really sustaining the fasters has been people's support, has been people's prayers. I mean, it's amazing to see, 70-year-old bus riders lugging bags of water on their shoulders and in each arm, sweating, bringing them to us, and 99-year-old Amelia Marquez holding it down here all day with us. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, and it's a blessing to have you all here. I wanted to have someone share about what's happening in Puerto Rico. Mercedes?
Okay, so basically what's going on right now at the UP, right, the University of Puerto Rico, the students have been on strike since April 21st. So they're now going into over 30 days of being on strike. They have, as we do here, like tents. They're at the campus. It's on lockdown. Several times police officers have come in and have instigated like fights, have prevented parents from coming in to give their kids food, and there's union workers, there's a bunch of other people on the island that are very supportive of the strike, and it's kind of a breaking point everywhere. I feel like it's a breaking point everywhere, like what's going on in Arizona, like you mentioned, what's going on here in LA, and what's going on in UPR is just part of a huge struggle, right? And this is coming like at the break of also Fortunio laying off a lot of workers, so there's also a lot of people unemployed in Puerto Rico. There's a bunch of banks closing down. There's a bunch of people that are just basically very like frustrated with the situation. So all over the country, people have been sending out messages of solidarity to the students. And I know Hector and Melody and a lot of the people here in the group, I mean, we keep track of that because it's obviously something that's close to heart. And we don't believe that people should be treated the way that they're being treated on the island. So
the music is the soul and the spirit of the people there. So it's the voice of the people of Puerto Rico, and without the music, that's the culture. We're nothing. We don't have anything. So once you take that from us, then then you have our spirit. That's it. You have our voice. And so we're here in solidarity and support, like my peers have stated, for you all, for the Bus Riders Union, and for our brothers and sisters on the island. Thank you.
Thank you. And flag in the back for Tanya. Puerto Rican flag back there. And so
very inspired by you all. Thank you for your sacrifice. We're here with you in spirit, and know that when the march happens on Thursday, there's also a march that's going to happen in Puerto Rico. And so people are marching everywhere, and fighting for justice everywhere. You're not alone. This is something that's happening everywhere international, as corporations which have no nation, which go across borders and continually, with the help of governments, try and privatize things. There are people who are also resisting it, and you all are a part of it. So it's an international struggle that you all are part of, and that's a wonderful thing. And we're just gonna, when people don't have money, when people were slaves, and were working from Kansi in the morning to Kansi at night, what they had was this drum and the culture. And so that's what we hope to share with you all today, is spirit, the tree, the skin of the animal, and then we make some music and share, and also in the sacrament of music and in community. So thank you all for your sacrifice, definitely.
So Atabey stands in solidarity with the BRU and with the students and people of Puerto Rico.